What's up, guys? I hope you all are having a great day today, just full of so much positivity and happiness, dude. Because personally, I am very happy to say that I was incredibly wrong about something, and that something is Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, when Black Ops 6 Inches was announced, I was not excited for this game whatsoever. I didn't really have any interest in it. I didn't watch any of the trailers. I didn't watch the gameplay reveals. I knew absolutely nothing about this game going in because the last 3 Black Ops games, in my opinion, have been absolutely horrible, and I have not enjoyed any of them. So I didn't really have any expectations going in, nor did I even expect to like the game when the beta inevitably rolled around, but I figured I'd give it a shot because it'd be worth my time, because I could either make a video shitting on it or talking about what I liked about it. And luckily, in this case, I am happy to have been completely wrong, because Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is actually a very fun Call of Duty, and I spent 5 hours last night streaming the beta, having a very good time doing so, which is something I definitely could not say about previous Treyarch games in recent memory, and especially with the absolute dumpster fire known as Modern Warfare 3.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
It still pisses me off that Modern Warfare 3 2011, the real one, has had its name tarnished by that absolute abomination of a Call of Duty game, but luckily, Black Ops 6 is breaking that mold, and overall, I think this game is a lot of fun. It feels more in line with something like Modern Warfare 2 2022 than Treyarch's previous 3 CoDs. It has a very fast time to kill, movement is incredibly quick and fluid, and I think the biggest compliment I can give it is it feels more in line with Infinity Ward's recent CoDs like Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 than anything Treyarch has put out in probably their last 3 iterations, as well as completely different from Modern Warfare 3, which I think is a massive, massive W for this game, and I really had a great time playing the beta. Now, the footage you're going to be watching in the background, apologies if it looks a little blurry, but my NVIDIA capture software completely fucked up on me, which is irritating as hell, so I had to download my stream because I wanted to make sure I included this footage, because this was actually my second match of the beta, and I went 79-19 on a brand new map. So overall, man, I think it's safe to say I was having an absolutely great time. So apologies for the video quality in the background. I have way more clips that I'll be using in the future, but I just wanted to use this particular match because of how hard I went, and just to give you an idea of how quick and fast the game actually looks when you're going on these massive kill streaks and just getting insane kill feeds over and over again, running and gunning across the map. So I thought it was a really good gameplay clip, so apologies for the quality, but it will not be that way going forward. But I think the biggest thing, and I already kind of mentioned it, is the time to kill here. This feels so much faster than Modern Warfare 3. That is my favorite thing about Call of Duty, is when they have extremely low time to kills. I like being able to get 3 to 5 kills per reload instead of having to like just sink 10 shots into a motherfucker and then have to reload in between every 2 to 3 kills. Like, I enjoy being able to extend my streak for as long as possible, even if you miss a few shots or like to pre-fire, which is how I particularly play. So even with extended mags in Modern Warfare 3, I found myself struggling to get more than 3 kills per reload. So that is not the case in Black Ops 6. I've already gotten like 6-man feeds without reloading once, and then if you have something like overkill, it makes it even better when it comes to chaining kills, and you're going to be doing a lot of that because just the movement system in this game is so fast and fluid. It allows you to get to one side of the map from the other very quickly. All the maps that I've encountered so far, I think there's only 3 in the beta, but all of them have so many different various routes that you can take. One of the maps, which is like a luxury mansion or something like that, I don't remember the names of the maps, so my bad, but this mansion map has an underground tunnel that allows you to jump jump down an elevator shaft, go through the ventilation ducts, and then pop up on the other side of the map, basically in the enemy spawn, depending on what point in the game you're at, which, dude, I absolutely love that type of shit when it comes to map design. There's so many different ways to get around, tons of different angles. Camping is not really going to be a problem, I feel like, if the maps all feel like the way they do in the beta, because overall, I don't really think there's many opportunities for camping just because there's so many different ways to get around and flank somebody who's sitting still in one spot that they're not going to last very long if that's their strategy. So I applaud Treyarch for that because they did a great job with these 3 maps, and overall, dude, if this is the quality standard we can expect with the full game release, I think we're in for a very good time. Now, there is one large map, I would say, and it's like the satellite dish one that I wasn't the biggest fan of. It was definitely my least favorite just because if you're not using a long-ranged weapon, it is very easy to get sniped by some guy who's sitting in the back with a sniper. So that is something I disliked, but you know, there's always going to be those types of maps in Call of Duty because they always make like the sniper maps, they make the super close range, close quarters combat maps like a Nuketown or Rust, and then you have your medium maps that are somewhere in between those two, which I think in this game, I would say the satellite dish map is what I would consider to be large, and then the 2 other maps are what I would consider to be like medium, kind of leaning towards the small side. The rail yard map is my personal favorite. It's like located in West Virginia apparently, but I can't remember the name, man. I should have looked up the names before I did this shit, but whatever. It doesn't matter. There's 3 maps. You probably know what the hell I'm talking about. But yeah, the rail yard map I absolutely loved. Every single match I've played on that map, I've had a great time. Like, I love the fact that it has like the traditional like Call of Duty lane design. So like there's clear lines of sight from one side of the map to the other, but there's 100 different ways to break that. You can climb on top of the trains. The train cars have doors on either side, so you can jump through to another lane. You can sit in the train and wait for people to do exactly that. I mean, there's buildings on either side of the map. Like, it's a really well-designed map, and I really do like it. That is personally my favorite map of the beta thus far. And then the mansion map, I've already kind of talked about. It has that underground tunnel, but it feels a lot like a Black Ops 2 map, the mansion map. So it will definitely feel familiar to that famous courtyard mansion map from Black Ops 2, which, again, I cannot remember the name of, but you probably know exactly what I am talking about with the, you know, safe room and everything like that. But overall, man, I gotta say, like, the design language used in all of these maps is very, very good. These have to be, again, if this trend holds, I think these could easily be some of my favorite maps from a modern Call of Duty game if all of the maps are in line with this level of quality. So really, really good job by Treyarch on this particular element. Now, I didn't use too many weapons. I mainly just used the one weapon that you're seeing in the gameplay footage right here. I didn't really feel a need to swap, so I just kept using the same pre-made class that you start out with because I honestly felt like it was perfect as is, so I probably should go through and try out some different weapons and see how everything feels from that perspective. But overall, from what I did play with that one particular weapon, and I guess my secondary as well, I had the XM4 as well, I think is the secondary on that class, which that gun felt fine, but dude, I feel like this is going to be another SMG dominated game because, bro, the gun I was using felt absolutely incredible. It felt like a laser at long range, super easy to control the recoil, and overall, like, I just had a great time playing with it. Call of Duty has never had the problem of having bad gunplay. No matter what Call of Duty it is, the gunplay is always on point because Call of Duty is its gunplay. So many other games have tried to replicate the Call of Duty gameplay feel to no avail, so Call of Duty just has that special feel to it, and it is back and better than ever in Black Ops 6. It's usually always the stuff that kind of surrounds the gunplay, like, you know, time to kill, map design, spawns, all of that type of shit that fucks it up, the formula. But yeah, Black Ops 6 gunplay and gameplay in general feels absolutely amazing. Now, I do have a couple negatives, all right? It's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows, and I'm not just gonna glaze Activision and Treyarch for this entire YouTube video. The Omni movement system I do like, but there are times when you're running around the map, just the way people's bodies are positioned when they're laying prone because of it, it almost makes it impossible to tell that they're actually alive versus dead. So that might be a skill issue on my part, but it's definitely something that happened numerous times. So maybe making the name identifier a little bit more obvious when somebody is in one of those, I guess, omni movement prone positions or whatever the hell you want to call it, because sometimes they just look like a dead body on on the ground, the way that the body is angled, but that could also just be a learning curve type thing that I need to get used to and need to keep an eye out for, because I'm used to just running around the map and quickly glancing at everything and just kind of taking it in as quickly as possible. So maybe I just need to take my time a little bit more and get accustomed to it, but that is kind of a minor annoyance I had. And then also, people launching themselves side to side is definitely something that's going to take getting used to, because instead of somebody just drop shotting or bunny hopping, it's easier to adjust vertically than horizontally, for me at least, when it comes to like tracking someone. So people launching themselves in every direction imaginable is definitely going to be something I need to adapt to, but overall it's not a major gripe. And another thing that personally I wish was, I guess, an option is I would much rather opt for kill streaks than score streaks. I know a lot of people like score streaks, and Treyarch has been doing score streaks since Black Ops 2, so I don't really expect them to change it, but I did like the way that the recent Modern Warfares have had the option to switch between kill and score streaks. Personally, I'm much more of a run and gun, go for kills type player than an objective player, so I'd rather have the option to unlock my kill streaks by actually getting kills versus prioritizing objectives. But again, that's just kind of a personal preference thing, and it's not really something that takes away too much from the experience. It just kind of punishes my particular play style, so I wish there was the option for that. But again, they've been doing score streaks ever since Black Ops 2, so I don't really expect that to change, but it would be nice to have the option, given that the Modern Warfare games recently did have those options. Now, on top of these kind of minor complaints, there are definitely some technical issues that I ran into, especially on the mansion map. Now, the first one is what I would consider to be a major issue that needs to be fixed immediately. I encountered a situation where I was shooting somebody as one of the security doors was coming down or opening up. I don't remember, but you'll see it in the clip. But I was shooting at his feet in the gap underneath the door. You can clearly see that the bullets should have been registering, but instead it thought I was shooting the door, which had already been raised up past that point. So that was definitely an issue, and I almost ended up dying at that point because the guy was able to run out and start shooting at me when I should have already killed him at that point. So that's definitely a major issue that needs to be fixed. I would say that's borderline game breaking, but that's probably a little dramatic because you can obviously just respawn, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. And then also, I did run into some various visual issues. I think maybe this is deliberate, but when you're waiting for a match to start, none of the characters are holding their guns. So I'm guessing maybe that was turned off on purpose, maybe not. I have no clue, but it happened every single time. And then also during the kill feed, sometimes the weapon icons will not pop up, which isn't really a big deal, but it's just something I did notice. And again, on the mansion map, this is another pretty big issue, but not really game breaking or anything like that. But when you're running around, certain textures and surfaces will completely de-render and just turn a flat black. Now, this has been a problem with the, I guess, revitalized Call of Duty engine ever since Modern Warfare 2019. Pretty much every game that's come out, especially Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2, had this issue where basically map textures and surfaces would disappear and be replaced by a flat color. So it's probably less of a Black Ops 6 issue and more of a Call of Duty engine issue, but it is something that did occur in several different occasions on the mansion map. I didn't see it on other maps, so it might just be with that particular set of assets. I have no clue. That is well beyond my expertise, but it is something I did notice. Now, something I do want to bitch about, and maybe this will help people if you're having the same problem, is trying to play this through Game Pass on PC was an absolute fucking nightmare. I had to install and reinstall this game 5 separate times before I could get it to work, because the Windows Store on PC, if you're familiar with it, which is what the Xbox app uses, is an absolute fucking nightmare. Like, it absolutely sucks. That's why I'm buying this game on Steam, so I never have to use that stupid fucking launcher again. But yeah, it was an absolute nightmare. So I was having a problem where I would download Call of Duty HQ in the beta, I would launch the game, it would do like the update to restart, and then when it was rebooting the game back up, I would get a pop-up that says, you know, you cannot play this game, you have to reinstall it in order to fix the issue. Well, this happened 4 separate times, so I installed the game a total of 5 times. So on the 5th time when this happened, I decided I'm just gonna download Call of Duty HQ. So I downloaded Call of Duty HQ only. I launched that, let all the shaders load, then I went into the actual like manage game files menu within COD HQ, downloaded just the Black Ops 6 beta, beta, waited for that to install inside of COD HQ, restarted the application, and it finally let me play the beta. So that was like a whole 3 to 4 hour process, which was an absolute fucking nightmare to deal with. So hopefully you all aren't having the exact same problem that I did, but it's definitely out there because I did see some people say that they had that same issue as well. So if that helps you, I hope that information is useful because that's how I was able to bypass that error message. But aside from that, man, I'm really looking forward to Black Ops 6 this year. I'm looking forward to having another Call of Duty that I genuinely have fun with playing because I am a Call of Duty fan. Call of Duty has been one of my favorite gaming franchises since COD 4 came out, so I'm really happy to say that I think we have a very fun Call of Duty game to play this year, especially after the absolute dumpster fire that was Modern Warfare 3. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Are you enjoying the beta? Have you tried it yet? Are you planning on picking up the game when it comes out? Are you going to play it in Xbox Goy Pass? Let me know in the comment section. I'm very interested to hear your take. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it. It does help out the channel a bunch, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video and for all the recent support as well. You guys are the fucking best, and I really do appreciate it. So with that shit said, I will catch you guys next time.